What's something illegal that you feel should be legal? I work at a gas station. Every day I see old men and women who have had their lives ruined by decades of alcohol and tobacco. I sometimes question how my duty to sell them their shit is legal to begin with. Illegal if I'm allowed to sell cartons of cigarettes to old folks every day. Why can someone be put in jail for many years just for possessing a drug that is arguably less harmful than cigarettes? Abortion. The entire argument against it is rooted in a religious interpretation of life, not a scientific one. It's preposterous to impose such a restriction based on that justification onto others that don't hold those same religious views. It should be something that is legally protected everywhere, and should a holder of religious beliefs that prohibits it, they should self-impose it and not seek abortions for themselves. Something legal in one state isn't in another. Like recreational marijuana. I think the whole idea of separating state laws is so stupid. Like, remember when gays could get married in one state but not the other? But poof, it's okay once they cross the state border because, well, now they're married. Our nation is so brain dead. Referring to USA. Forcing a loved one into a rehab. They might just go back on the streets as soon as they're released. But they don't seek help most of the time because they're sick with the disease and can't think normally. I know it's a slippery slope, but our family and friends are being possessed and we can only watch. It'd also have to formally indicate and receive approval to explore said areas and sign waivers, saying thus said exploration is at their own risk before going to such places at the local police station. Skamania County, Washington, passed a law in 1969 deeming the slaying of Bigfoot to be a felony and punishable by 5 years in prison. The law was later amended, designating Bigfoot as an endangered species. I make it M one day. By law, the spouses of U.S. citizens can't automatically come to the U.S. without a green card visa. If someone's not a criminal, and they can prove they're married to a U.S. citizen, they should be allowed in the USA unrestricted. Relatively small amounts of marijuana is still a felony in my state, even though I can buy it legally from a store in another state 30 miles away. And yet our bar parking lots are packed every night, and that's cool. Hit children, as a general rule you shouldn't. If they can't act as humans, they need it because they weren't taught by their parents. Otherwise they just think that they will get away with anything, including murder. Drinking and driving. I know it's labeled as unsafe, but hear me out. Most car accidents happen to and are caused by sober drivers. The intoxicated people are technically better drivers if you think about it. Putting a baby on board sticker on the back car window, and having a baby seat in the car even though you don't have kids. So if you get into an accident, guess who's getting treatment first by the EMS? Mercy killing. There's no reason for a 110 whose friends and family all died or left to be alive if they can't move on their own and wants to die. If they want to die, let them, their only suffering. I just learned that apparently it is illegal for schools in some US states to allow kids to apply sunscreen at school as it is considered an over-the-counter medication. So that one. I feel like a lot of vigilante justice or mob justice could be very necessary and helpful, but I can totally understand how it would get out of hand. Prostitution. People do it anyways, at least if it was legal it might be safer. Yes, it's gross, but so is a ton of other things these days. Holding people to account for their religious beliefs, the get out of goal free card, is just obscene. With zero evidence, there should be a 20-year limit on copyright protection. After 20 years, music and movies are not illegal to download. A place where drug addicts can use under medical supervision and away from the street so they don't bother anyone. You should be able to take at least $20 out of abusers' bank accounts for emotional, physical, financial, etc. damage. All drugs, including a fentanyl. It's a medical problem, not a legal problem, and yes, fentanyl is the devil. Just being able to carry a water bottle through airport security so I don't have to buy another one. A woman's right to make decisions about her body and her health in all 50 states. I know. Wild shit. Smoking weed in my own home. Even if you're in a legalized state, it's still a federal offense, USA. Pretty much all consensual crimes. If everyone involved is an adult, what the fuck does it matter? Squatting. as long as the squatters make sure the building has been unoccupied for a longer time. Growing your own marijuana, tax-free, just like growing Zelwood corn, post-86 machine guns, drugs, safe places to use. I do not, but have lost many people due to lack of resources. Being topless in public. It's such a double standard that guys can but ladies can't. YouTube ads should be made illegal by make it legal with no ads. YouTube. Shooting homeless people with paintball guns to get them away from school bus stops. Inflicting the same bodily harm on a convicted person as they did on their victim. Emulation of video games when the game publisher has not used it in forever. Emulation of video games when the game publisher has not used it in forever. Just good old-fashioned fighting as long as everyone understands the limit. Asking this question over and over. Someone literally asked it yesterday. Ripping my own DVDs and Blu-rays to a server to host them to myself. To pirate any movie that the community sees as shit for punishment. Cannabis. Prostitution. Transfer matters, copyright infringement. Concealed open carry should be legal and permitless nationally. To kill your spouse if you catch them in flagrante delicto. Smoking dry plant material in the privacy of your home. Weed. It's fucked up I can't smoke weed on my days off. Recreational usage of marijuana. Carry limit up to 16 ounces. Convenience fees for paying taxes and bills online. Honestly. Biking the wrong way down a one-way street.